Hello, you're watching Showbiz Chi-Chi, where you can find all of your entertainment news. Like, comment, subscribe, and check out Chi-Chi.com for our round-the-clock entertainment reporting. I'm Nicole Weaver, one of our many Big Brother experts on staff, and this week was the double eviction. So if you haven't watched the September 8th episode, pause, watch it, come back. This is your spoiler alert. Okay. After Terrence was evicted, the house guests competed for HOH. Turner won and put Brittany and Alyssa on the block with the hopes of getting Brittany evicted. The cast then competed for the power veto. Michael fought hard, but Monty was the one who won. The cast scrambled to talk, but Monty made it clear to Turner that they needed to get Michael out. Turner said that they needed to make sure that they had Taylor for her vote and for this to work. Monty used the power of veto despite Michael's plea, and Turner put him on the block. We watched a very shook Brittany sadly plead to stay, but Michael quickly went into fix-it mode. He told Taylor and Alyssa they need him to target Monty and Turner. He threw Brittany under the bus for making multiple final two deals this week. But it didn't work, and Michael was evicted. He made sure to leave the house guests in their seats in shock as he walked out the door. What is the POV record holder thinking now? Here is our interview with Michael Bruner.
Question 1. If you played Big Brother again, would you change anything about your strategy?
I definitely wouldn't want to be in the same situation where I felt like I had to win if I played the game again. Being put up early, I felt like I had no choice. And then by the time I felt comfortable in the game, I'd already racked up quite a few wins. So ultimately, if I were blessed with the opportunity to play again, I would love to not have to rely so much on winning competitions. So if I could do anything to avoid that, I mean, I guess the news is out there that I'm capable of winning these comps. So I don't know if I would even have the option. So I'm proud of how I played, but I would definitely love to not have to be in that position again.
Brittany kept claiming your timing to expose Kyle wasn't about game and kept saying it was actually hurting your game. But exposing him did buy you another week. Do you agree that decision wasn't about game?
No matter what decisions you make in this game, they're always going to affect the game. I don't agree that exposing Kyle bought us another week. At the point where we came forward with this information, I had already won the veto. Brittany and I were staying for another week. So at that point, exposing Kyle wasn't going to keep me safe that week. The veto was going to keep me safe. If anything, I did feel like this could hurt our game because I knew that people were going to be skeptical. I completely understand that. Any information in this game is going to be viewed as, okay, but what's in it for you? So it would be stupid not to realize that sharing this information impacted the game, that it had the opportunity to potentially benefit my game. But I knew that, I was safe for the week regardless. This wasn't going to convince Turner to not put me on the block because he couldn't put me on the block. And that's why I felt more comfortable sharing, because I was like, hopefully people understand that I'm not gaining anything this week. I'm not putting myself in, saving myself by sharing this information. If anything, it could blow back. And we did get some pushback on the information. So I do agree with Brittany's analysis of the situation that, this wasn't just about game. This wasn't about how do we save ourselves, because we were already safe at that point.
You spoke about watching some YouTube videos to prep for competitions, but is there anything else you did to prepare?
I think I've been preparing for Big Brother my entire life. Before going into the house, I had seen every season. I would rewatch some. I tried to rewatch some of the more iconic comps to look up strategies for those. And I think that it definitely paid off. But I even said to Julie on stage, like, I was a weird kid. Like, I made up all kinds of games and obstacle courses for myself that just like I have this really weird skill set that does not apply to any other aspect of my life other than Big Brother, apparently. So, be a weird, creative, imaginative kid, and, maybe it'll help out one day.
You called out Turner right before the veto meeting and eviction for saying he'd never want to take out another member of the LGBTQ community. How do you feel about him going back on that?
I have mixed feelings about Turner right now. On the one hand, I fully respect that he is playing the game hard and he is making bold and strategic moves. So I respect that. I think that where it gets a little dicey for me is that it was an unnecessary lie. Last week, he was promising me up and down I was safe this week, and part of that was that he didn't want to take out the only other LGBTQ plus person in the game. And to immediately go back on that, it rubs me the wrong way, because that's not something that I was ever going to use to manipulate anyone in the game, and it very much feels like that's exactly what he did to me. And manipulation, part of the game, I can respect it. I just think that it was unnecessary, and there were other ways that you can manipulate people where you're not bringing in kind of those out of game situations. So I don't know exactly how to feel. I respect the game, but it just felt a little slimy to me that I didn't like it.
You had a very memorable entrance by opening the door for other house guests to avoid being the first to walk in. Now you'll have a memorable exit. Did you plan your entrance and exit before they happened?
I always planned to not be the first person to walk in the door. There's the first in curse, where the first person to walk in does not win the game. So I was like, no way am I going in first. I will let everyone go before me. So I definitely had that planned. With my exit, I always knew that I'm not a hugger. I did not want to hug people on my way out. I will see them on finale night, and maybe I'll, stomach some hugs then. But I knew I didn't want to hug people on the way out, and I was like, you know what? It's double eviction. It's dramatic. I'm going to be a little dramatic here, have my moment. So I hope everyone in the house knows that I really love and genuinely care for them. And on a personal level, like, I'm not mad. I'm obviously a little salty on a game level, but I have no hard feelings. I just wanted to have a little bit of fun and my moment to leave them guessing and then just walk out.
By a vote of 3-0, Michael, you are evicted from the Big Brother house.
Everyone, please be seated. I have one thing I would like to say.